All right, this is the next match day. This is match day 2 of Group B. So so if you go back here real quick, I changed from Maiziane to Maolida because that's what it was, and I guess they do have a player called Guga. So it is what it is. Now we're going to match day 2. Let's see. We already know the places. We already know like how everyone's kind of doing right now. So let's go in it. There's nothing really much to say. So let's go. Quick match. So we have a team that won against a team that lost. Let's see if it makes any difference, and it does. So now they lost. Okay, it's huge. That's huge to know. Hermes. I'm just gonna call him Hermes. Hermes gets the first goal of match day 2, with Jan Regensburg scoring his first goal. Then what's their names? Alcolud, they score a goal by Enrique, which is a striker. So Enrique, and he ties it for them. Kind of late on too. Colud, he scores his first goal. And it all doesn't matter because then late on, 88th minute, Beckhoff, son of a bitch. Beckhoff scores for Jan Regensburg. So there we go. Type shit. Alright. Huge win for Jan. They needed a win. I have a feeling they're better than Energy Kapbus. Even though they're in the same division, I feel like they're better than them. So I'm not even too worried for them. I think they can make out of the top, just not make the bottom 4. I think they'll definitely be in between 9 through 16. Banfield versus Gingamp. Let's see how this one goes. Banfield lost without scoring a goal. Or they did maybe, I can't remember. And Gingamp just no loss, I guess. Nothing crazy. And there we go. And they score, a player there scores a brace. Anything else interesting happen in this half? No. So Ausmendi opens the scoring for Banfield. Ausmendi. He opens the score from Banfield. Yep, and it's just a 1 goal. But, let's go down here now, because already early on, we already have 2 players that are on 2 goals, both Lamar and Hemia. Hemia from Gingamp. Alright. Hemia from Gingamp. I don't know what his position is, but you know what? Fair fucking play to him. Fair fucking play to him. Let us see. Who's the next match day? Mantova versus Dusseldorf. Mantova, they were part of that draw with no reason. Dusseldorf were a part of the team that lost. So both these guys are looking for their first win. And it comes Dusseldorf's way with Mensah scoring the first goal, which he's the striker I saw just a second ago. So Mensah from Mantova. So we have Mensah from Mantova. He opened the goal scoring with 1 goal. However, it wasn't enough as Dusseldorf replied right away with Ethan and Ioha. Oh my god. So it's Ethan. I believe he used to play at Young Boys. And he plays for... Fuck. Where is Dusseldorf? Here you are. It's gonna be a bitch to like copy and paste these like letters in between over and over. Dusseldorf. And you go right here with 1 goal. And Ioha. Ioha. That's how you spell his name, right? Ioha. W fucking memory, Carlos. And he also plays for Dusseldorf. And they get their first win. Huge win for them. They need it. I mean, every team needs it, especially early on, because now you're trying to get away from these teams that you're gonna be competing with, like. Because there's no way, like, not no way, but it's kind of hard to imagine you being better than a lot of the other teams in this competition, like Braga, PSV, obviously not the Real Madrids and stuff. So, okay, Haken are gonna face Barnsley. The last game they were saved by their midfielder Holm and their left wing Al Saed. So let's see if they can continue against Barnsley. They fucking annihilate them. Holy shit, 5-1. All right, let's just go over them because I gotta make sure. Oh, McGoldrick plays there. Rygaard. A guy got a brace too, by the way, so that's worth noting. Let's get the A copy and pasted. So they got a guy called Rygaard, who opens the scoring for them for Haken. He's at 1 goal already. Early on. Nope, wrong one. And then they get a brace from, well, Al-Sayed scores again, so he's now to 2 goals. So Al-Sayed scores early for them. So let's grab his ass, put it right here. Alright, we have 3 players with 2 goals. He goes right there. Boom. Then fuck. Then we have McGoldrick. He's used to be at Benford, I believe, or Sheffield United. That's where he played. McGoldrick for Barnsley. They're gonna be so shit. Them and Falkirk are like looking like they're gonna be absolutely fucking awful. Cause holy shit, 5-1. And then we have Sven Beck. So we got right here. We got no. I think he doesn't even go there. Hold on a second, because they scored twice. He is a fucking menace already. He's like their only striker too. By the way, Hockey only have 1 striker in their team. Svan, what was it again? Svan Bak. Svan. What? I already had it copy and pasted. What the fuck do you mean? Okay. Svan Bak. He also plays for Haken. Haken are scoring a lot of goals early on, but they're scoring a lot of goals. And then we go over here. Ba-ba-bum. And Layuni. So let's go over here again. He just adds to the pain and suffering of these guys. Layuni, and he's also a Haken player. But damn, like Matchday 2 and Barnsley are already getting like absolutely demolished by Swedish side nonetheless. Imagine when they play against Real Madrid. Alright, Crew Alexandra versus Braga. Now this is a game I'm really hoping Braga can win. Crew Alexandra did get a victory in their first game against Barnsley, so maybe Braga can resolve from here. Yes, they can. Zalazar with a brace to help them. Lancaster also gets another goal, by the way, so that's interesting. Where are they? Where is he? Lancaster. Here you are. You scored your second goal. So we already have a few people who are scoring more than 1 goal in the competition. So Lancaster's up here. Son of a bitch. So he's right there, and so is their Zalazar for Braga. So Zalazar from Braga. He scores 2 goals off the rip as a brace to give Braga a very much needed win against Crew Alexandra. A game that they need to win, and they did win. So, clap, clap. Ooh, huge Dutch game. We had Feyenoord versus PSV, 2 teams that did win their opening games. Let's see how it goes. Oh, I thought Sawyer was a defender. Never mind. So last game, Sawyer and the left side of their players scored the goals. So, can they do it against PSV though? I have a feeling they can't. PSV are really good. I'm going for a PSV win here. It's a tie. I sit with okay, Haj Musa scores the first goal. Good right winger. He's a really good player. So Haj Musa for Feyenoord. And then PSV scored afterwards with player, I think it was Plea. Yep, it was Plea. So Plea scores his second of the tournament. So where's he at? Here he is. Plea now has got 2 goals. Let's move him up here. Move that there. And now we put that right there. Plea, and I saw for them Ayase Ueda, the striker for Feyenoord. You expect him to be very important for them, scoring goals wise. They also have Kyle Laren as a backup for Feyenoord. And then we have Perisic, which I'm gonna go over here as with a hat for his Croatian letter. Yep, there we go. Nope, wrong one. Interesting of a tie though. I was kind of expecting there to be a winner. I think both of them may have wanted to get the victory too, but it just wasn't enough. But Ivan Perisic does score a goal to help out PSV get out of that little bit of a drought. So both teams are basically, they're like equally level. They're literally 7th and 8th going into their match before before this tie, so they're basically the same. Nothing changed. Scene 3 then versus Girona. Scene 3 then are going to be looking for their first victory, while Girona are going to hope that they can move on, and maybe even Thomas Lamar is hoping to score another goal to up his chances. And he does! Holy shit. Alright, Lamar scores, Van de Beek scores, Vanat scores, and Janssens. And it starts off with Janssens scoring early for the Belgian side. Janssens for Sint Truidense. Son of a bitch. He scores his first goal. Vanat scores his first goal for Girona. Yep. And then we gotta go all the way to the top, and Thomas Lamar is still #1 goal scorer with his third of the competition already. So early. Van de Beek scores it also for Girona. So 1 goal for also the striker, by the way, the Ukrainian striker, Vanat. Huge goal. Gives Girona even more space ahead of everybody else. Not what I was expecting, because they're just kind of mediocre like right now, but they're proving otherwise. Falkirk versus Visapluk. A game you expect Visapluk to win, to be quite frankly honest with you. And they lose! Not what I was expecting. Definitely not what I was expecting. First goals for both teams too. Nilsson for Falkirk. Unless this is just Visapluk being fucking awful, but they're the first place team in the Polish league. So I was kind of expecting a little bit more from them. I need to get the Polish L. Polish L. I don't know what it's called as a letter. There we go. Bo. Wisla Pluk. Well, he scores his first goal, but it's not enough. It's like shit, actually. Like, it's terrible. And Graham. It's great for the Scottish, though. Because I swear to God, I thought they're going to be like, just like, the, the, I thought they're going to be the Metrologlobus of this side, or Grimsby Town. I keep thinking that Metrologlobus got last place, but no, Grimsby Town got last place. So I thought they were going to be in that same category. Ooh! Besiktas versus Real Madrid. Big Turkish side against big, huge, world-class side. How is this one going to end? Tammy Abraham at the top. He's not there no more. He's at Aston Villa. But I made these teams before like the game updated it, so he's still here for now. What's going to happen? Maybe upset? Ah, it was close. It was very close. Vinny gets another goal. Brahim gets another goal. Valverde gets a goal. And so does Jota, which is interesting. I think it's Rafa. Yeah, I think his name is Rafa. So we're going to put Rafa for Besiktas. Let me get the S real quick. Besiktas is Besiktas. And they start off the game winning too. So it's a shame. It's a shame. I would want to see an upset there. We also got a goal from Valverde for Real Madrid, who scored his first goal. Vinicius Jr. and Brahim Diaz get, and what's his name, Cherny. So Cherny gets also a goal. So let's just put him there. I think he does score first before Vinicius and Brahim. So let's put you right there. Boom. Vinicius scores another goal, makes it 2. Still no goal from what's his name? From Mbappe, by the way. That's very interesting. I kind of expected him to already be scoring like 2 goals per game in the first 2 games. So that shows how much I know, right? So there we go. Vinicius Jr. and Brahim Diaz both score as well. Why the fuck did I do that? Let's move him back. Let's move him up. They deserve to be up here. It sucks to see Vinicius scoring, not gonna lie, but it is what it is. Ah, they were close though. They were close. It shows that there is teams that can push. They can push Real Madrid, and I think this is the last match day of match day 2. But Hull City play against Al Tawoun. Hull City need a win here. Al Tawoun want to get another win so they can still be on top, and they do get it. They got a red card though. That's gonna hurt them in the long run. Millar scores again early game too. Really early in the game, he scores his second goal. So I guess we can see the team is relying on him right now for goals, since no one else can seem to get the end of the fucking shots. So he scores his goal. Barrow from Gambia scores hit, or is it Gambia or Namibia? I think it's Gambia. Barrow scores his first goal of the tournament for Al Tawoun. From, like, you expect him to score a few more goals. And also the guy that I can't see his name, El Makhtawi. He gets his second goal of the tournament. Although Al Tawoun did get a red card. First team to get a red card in this early. So that's kind of showing a little bit of a disciplinary issue, but it's early doors. It's not that big of a deal. Hull City are in a little bit of trouble. And that's where the match day ends. Cool, cool, cool. Now we can go real quick here and see how it looks for all the teams. Haken, first place after the demolition of Barnsley. Girona are in second place as well. They've been doing really well. Only conceded 1 goal so far. Real Madrid they've conceded 3. However, they have been really good on the attack, so it doesn't really matter. And Al Tawoun. Haken, Girona, Real Madrid, and Al Tawoun are on the top 4, with teams like Feyenoord, PSV, Guingamp, and Al Kholoud still in the top 8. Besiktas barely falling out a little bit, along with teams like Dusseldorf, Jan Regensburg, and Braga, Crew Alexandria, and Falkirk with all victories. Mantova and Wisla Plock are the last teams that we have before the relegation spots, which involve Hull City, Sint-Truidense, Banfield, and Barnsley. All of the former not having a single point yet. So now, end of match day 2, and I'll see you guys for match day 3 in just a sec.